I need to change the title. What do I want this to be? All right, let's go do this, yo. Uploading malware scans in Node, maybe AI transcripts in Solid. Okay, let's start with this. Bump that up a little bit, get rid of that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And let's go, I need to bring up my terminal. And let's go through some malware scan stuff first. So clamav.net documentation installation Ubuntu Debian packages. Apt info, app remove, Mac OS. So I think what I got last time was clam AV, clam scan. We have that. So let's see. I want to see. Oh, I need to modify that. Okay, Ubuntu install clam AV, or no, install clam scan. Sudo app update clam AV. Okay, these two. Clam scan -v. Man, this thing takes a while. Oh, I need to get some water. Okay, cool. All looks good. Let's go. Yo, what up, B1? Happy Friday to you. Yeah, I'm chilling. I'm doing some scanning some clams. I'm gonna try to move on this series. Have you been following the series that I've been posting with all the file upload stuff? I mean, I know you've been kind of following along as I build the projects out on the live stream. But wondering if you're watching the YouTube stuff. Oh shoot, what is this? Oh yeah, that's fine. If you're watching the YouTube stuff or you know, reading the blogs. Okay, what do I want to do? That's right, I want to get rid of you. I want to see where I left off. You, yeah, you're fine. And then you, yeah, you're fine. And then you, I don't know if I need you. Okay. Yeah, you should be checking out, man. Like, I feel really proud about the work that I've put in lately. So, sneak peek to anyone that's on the stream right now. I just published an article today. This blog post series is fantastic. Patting myself on the back here, or whatever. But it starts with like some basic, like how to upload files with HTML. Pretty straightforward stuff unless you're brand new, in which case it's kind of hard to learn. And then some JavaScript stuff, a little bit more advanced, a little more tricky, whatever. Still basic if you are front end, if you've been doing front end for a while. Then receiving stuff on Node. This is where it starts getting a little trickier because you got to start dealing with multi-part form data, and we like do a deep dive into Node's event handling system to be able to like listen to data as it's streaming in on the request. Most people leave so much out when they publish to, it seems like. Most people leave so much out when they publish to, it seems like. Yep. I agree. Anyway, yeah, we go into like some deep stuff with how Node's event system, like a bit on how Node's event system works, how you can receive data. Also, like, what's a buffer? What does that even, like, what does this data even mean? What does it look like? How do we convert a buffer into, like, I don't know, RSS feeds? I have one of the best RSS feeds. Wow. Thank you. That's really nice to hear. I don't know about all that, but I try to put good stuff out there. And then what do? Oh yeah, then we actually we talk about, what is it? Buffers, streams, and chunks. And it's like some information that, to me, the first time dealing with all that stuff, I was like way over my head. And we get pretty deep and build this out and whatever. And then it's like, all right, well, now that we understand how it all works, let's not reinvent the wheel. Let's just reach for a library called Formidable, learn how to implement it, and then learn how to actually like put it all together so we're grabbing files, right? All right, cool. What's the next stop on the trip? Oh, looks like I didn't modify this like I was supposed to. Oh, that's because I just published it. That's right. I need to go back and fix that. Right, so then we have this one that's optimizing storage costs. So the idea with this one is essentially, long story short, if you are writing files to disk where your application is running, you'll eventually run out of space on that application server. And application servers, if you want to scale them up, they cost more money than if you wanted to scale up like an S3 bucket. An S3 bucket is like $5 for 250 gigabytes of storage, whereas an application server, that $5 might get you like 25 gigabytes. It will also get you more RAM and more CPU, so you still want to, you know, upgrade your server at the right time, but not just for basic file storage. So yeah, we go into like, what's object storage, what is S3, then lay out the existing Node.js application, figure out how to install the libraries that we need. This was a giant pain in the butt, by the way, because all of the content on this follows one of two different patterns. Either you're only using AWS SDK, like an older version of it that can support streaming, or you are following, you're using signed URLs, which is basically client requests a signed URL from the backend, backend requests a signed URL from your object storage provides a signed URL to the backend, backend provides it to the front end can then upload directly to that signed URL, whatever the file is. I don't like that. It's a little bit too wild. Maybe I'm sure that there's reasons why that's the best approach, but I like this way, that you basically have the front end send the file, just one request, send the file to the back end, and the back end receives the request as it's streaming in. And instead of writing that streaming data to disk, you write the streaming data to an S3 upload request. So just like, it's basically just the plumbing that connects the two, and then gives a response. Yeah, so, I think you're the only one on the stream right now. So you get, besides my RSS folks and my email newsletter subscribers, you are the first person to know about this. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. And this is, anyway, working on the next part of the series, which is actually going to be once you're receiving files and you're allowing uploads onto your server, how do you protect your server from malicious files? So, obviously I'm not quite ready to do the whole spiel for you today, but we are going to, you're going to get the look behind the scenes. So I've got this Nuxt.js application. I'm also going to get this application sort of ready. Get my body ready. So how's this going to work? So first, I need to change the homepage, because the homepage does this thing where it like uploads this image that I don't want to do. Hey, what's going on there? Also, do you ever get this battle of freaking auto formatters? It's the most annoying thing in the world, where it's like everything is properly formatted, you hit save, and then it jumps up, and then your ESLint's like, hey, that doesn't look right, and then you have auto formatting turned on, so when you hit save, ESLint fixes it, but then VS Code like says no, let's like modify that again. That's the most annoying thing. Save without formatting is the trick, but I can't seem to solve that. Anyway, so what I want to do now is, I've got file uploads working. Cool. I can choose a file. I can pick a file from this folder. First thing I want to do is basically talk about limiting files using Formidable. So Formidable has mime type, where you can basically, you have an option where you can filter anything that's not an image. So we can pretty much copy that and just paste it right in there. Don't need any of this. And here we can basically say, hey, if it's not an image, nah. What's this complaining about? Boolean or string or null is not assignable. Okay, well, let's just do, how about Boolean? There you go, that's happy now. You had issues with ESLint formatting with Prettier. Yeah. So by a rule, I do not include ESLint and Prettier in the same project. It's just the problem. But what I will do is, I do like Prettier's configuration, or like Prettier's rules. So what I do is I extend my ESLint config to use Prettier's configuration options, or like configure ESLint to match Prettier's styles. And that way it's all just ESLint. There's not like two different formatters that are battling one another. But it can still get a little bit annoying. Yeah, it's all in my GitHub. We've got austingill.com. No, we've got github.com/austingill/configs, I think. There it is. I mean, it's always a work in... Yeah, okay, I know the rules. It's always a work in progress, but somewhere in here is Prettier. Yeah, so I have a plugin. I use the Prettier plugin, and then I just extend it. And then the nice thing about this too is with ESLint's way more configurable than Prettier, so I can turn certain things on or off, I think. But yeah, take a look at that. Pretty easy to get going, actually. Assuming that you have ESLint set up. Okay, so we have that working. I want to let's undo that. So I want to say let's not use this. Let's go ahead and like keep things writing to disk, so I don't need to write to my S3 bucket. Or maybe I should. Yeah, let's go ahead and write to S3. Because then what I can do is open up my S3. Oh shoot, I probably shouldn't be showing that stuff. Let's go to my object storage. Go to Austin's bucket. There we go. Okay, so here's my S3 bucket. There's my files. There's nothing in there. So what I can do, first of all, is select a file. I love that this is going to try and open a TS file in VLC Media Player, but cool. Let's try uploading temp.js. Upload that. Should have worked. There it is. Very nice. Now what I want to do is if I enable this filter so only images will go, let's try uploading same file. Oh, I guess I should delete this first. There you go, because otherwise we're not going to know. Let's try uploading that. Response comes back. Reload. We do not see it in there. We do not see any sort of error. But we see this. Okay, so the first time I did the upload request, what I'm essentially doing is as this request comes in, we check the header type. If it's a multi-part form data, which in this case it is because we're uploading files, the body is assigned to whatever is returned from this multi-part parser, which is where we're doing all the work. And the body is going to include all of the form fields information for that request. So, and then we log the body here. So when I uploaded it the first time, this is what the body was, and we saw that there was a file, right? That's the name of the field with the upload, and it has all of this information from where that file was uploaded, and it has the location to the S3 bucket because that's what I did in the previous videos. Like, read the blog post, you'll understand where that's coming from. Next, what we did was we said, you know what, we want to add some layer of protection to our application. So let's limit based on file MIME type, which I don't know how, security filter by MIME type. I don't know how trustworthy it is to filter by MIME type. Let's see, MIME content type validation. Okay, so cool. File upload cheat sheet. OWASP. Very nice. File upload threats, malicious files. That's what we want to basically protect against. Extension validation. that's probably not going to be good enough just to say that something includes the extension that you want. List allowed extensions, block extensions, and there's content type validation. Okay. There's no silver bullet in validating user content. Implementing a defense in-depth approach is key. Yeah, okay. Ensure the validation occurs after decoding the file name and that a proper filter is set in place or certain types bypasses. List allowed extensions, okay. Refer to input validation. It's basically a user can assign the file with a certain extension and we can disallow certain extensions. That's pretty easy to bypass. Like I can take a I don't know, zip file and rename the extension, right? So then content type validation I think is more difficult, but it looks like the user as such cannot be trusted as it's trivial to spoof. Although it should not be relied upon for security, it provides a quick check to prevent user from unintentionally uploading files with the incorrect MIME type. Okay, other than defining the extension of the uploaded file, its MIME type can be checked for a quick protection. Blah, 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 blah. So this can be done preferably in an allow list approach. Otherwise, this can be done in a block list approach. Yeah. File signature validation. Need to be checked and verified against the expected file. This should not be used on its own, as bypassing is pretty common and easy. File name sanitation, file content validation. I think this is where we're going to get into eventually. File storage location. Store files on a different host. That's good. Store files outside the web root where only administrative access is allowed. Store the files inside the web root and set them in write permission only. Okay. User permissions, file system permissions, upload and download limits. Okay, that's kind of what we're going to get into, some of that stuff. So I want to effectively limit by file extension, limit by MIME type. Let me go up here actually. Let's do, no, not here. Let's do it right here. No, allow list for file extension, allow list for MIME types. Then I want to do actual malware. No, store files in what is it? Limit upload folder to read write, no execute. And then malware scans on uploaded files. Okay, I think that may be what I need to get to today. So let's also do some front end validation, right? So I'm going to do, let's start with the front end. We're going to do input type, and we're going to do, what is it? I want specific MIME types. Let's go HTML file input images only. Accept. Okay. There we go. It's the accept. So what we can do is add this accept header. I think I can do just image star to accept all images. And the nice thing about that is now when I choose something, it's going to limit it. It's going to limit the results to only images. Let me go desktop. Let me copy this and paste it in here. There we go. So now we have access to nugget.jpg and we can upload it. Great. Very rudimentary first round of protection. Okay, next we want to limit by extension, right? So let's go with formidable and say extensions, keep extensions. To exclude the extensions of the original file or not. Keep extensions, no. Okay, in that case, I want to add another filter here. And I wonder what I get here. I get emit name, original file name. Okay. All listeners, pipe on once name. So I'm going to grab the original file name. And I think I'm just going to log that for now. Original file name. And what do we get? We get nugget.jpg. Cool. So I want to say, let's see, what are all web image extensions? Image file type and format guide. Okay, AVIF, sure. I'm gonna say const allowed extensions equals new set, which should be an array. GIF, sure. JPEG, which has a lot. So I'm going to stick with these ones. PNG, SVG, WebP. Okay. PNG, SVG, WebP, SVG, WebP. And that's it. I mean, I guess these ones? The following list includes images formats that appear on the web, but which should be avoided for web content because they do not have wide browser support. Okay. Yeah, good enough. Cool. So let's say I'm going to take off JPEG for now so that we have something that we can test against. And we're going to say we need to check the file extension from the last period on. And how do you do a reverse search? JS reverse string search. No. String negative lookup. Negative look behind equivalent in JavaScript. Cool. I know I can do it with regex, and I don't want to. Test. Okay. I don't think I want a regular expression for this. Last index of... Yeah, that's a thing. Okay, let's do this. Need to do this in here. Let's go here. Let's bump this up. Let's pull this over and say test dot extension. And I think I can do this in Node. Actually, Node should have something available for us. So I need to see. Yeah. By the time that I'm running here, parse multi-part node request, I should be able to get the extension. So let's do import something from node path, I think. Let's see. Node.js get file extension. And I think it's path.ext name. Cool. That's it. Wonder if I can also get the MIME type. No, because by that time it's going to be streaming. So no, this should be node path, and this should be extension name. Allowed extensions, we're gonna say if the not allowed extensions dot has the extension name of the original file name, return false. And or null. Okay. There you go. Or maybe I can do, there you go. Ah. Okay. Original file name equals original file name or string. Cool, we'll do that. Now we'll say if it doesn't have that, return false. Cool. All right, let's see. We want to upload this photo of Nugget. Let's see if this works. We upload and we do not get the photo of Nugget. If we allow JPEGs, and we upload a photo of Nugget, we do get the photo of Nugget uploaded. Great. I think I kind of do want to do that with the regex. So this is my new flow here. Oh man, there should be a way to clear this. Okay. Let's do generate a JavaScript regex for every type of regex to check that a file is an image based on its extension. Let's see. Okay. This is so cool. That is more or less what I want. And that's my image, this file, image text this. Okay, original file name, we'll do that. This is image. If not, image regex, return false. Okay, and then that's complaining. Do that. There we go. We need JPEG, PNG, GIF, BMP I don't want, but AVIF I do. This also, I don't think this is actually going to work. I don't think it's quite quality enough, because we can go regex101.com, and then what I want to do is test against my file.jpg. Sure, that works, but that also works for or no, .php. Okay, cool. It doesn't work. That's what I was concerned about. Why is this? This should be insensitive, yes. And it should be a look behind, no? Matches character. Alright. It's anything that ends with, yeah. Insert position at the end of the string. Okay, cool. Cool. Very nice. We also have ends with. Can this take a regular search string? No, can't take a regular expression. Alright, so I think this might be the way to do it then. We basically check that a file ends with one of these, JPEG, PNG, GIF, AVIF, WebP, SVG, and we've got all of that covered. Cool. A little bit shorter, like it. Okay, we are double checking our file is the right type and ends with the right extension. We are checking that it's the right MIME type. I'm going to add some things here. Enforce file ends with the right extension. Enforce file includes the allowed MIME type. Or uses allowed extension. Force file ends with allowed extension. Or uses allowed MIME type. Cool. Great. Now that we have that, next thing I need to do, xtame is imported, never used. Yep, you're right. Don't need it. That's great. Okay, next thing we need to do is actually, we got that done. Limit upload folder to read and write. So here what I want to do is essentially not send the files elsewhere. I want to send them to a specific folder. So I'm going to say upload dir. Sure. Upload dir is / uploads. Send this photo of Nugget. Upload that. Internal server error. What's the problem? No such file or directory. Code uploads. Uploads. Right. This folder does not yet exist. So what I need to do is essentially make dir uploads. I'm gonna uploads. And then what I need to do, and this is the important thing, is I need to change the permissions on that folder. So we've got uploads here, and it has read, write, and execute. And I want to chmod 644 uploads. Now we do the same thing. Oops. And we see it only has read and write permissions. Which means that we can upload permissions denied. Okay. Let's see. Permissions. Great. Okay, let's see. Does that need to be 644? Smart 755 uploads. LS LA. Okay. Proper permissions for uploads folder. File should be uploaded with permission 644, folder with 755. Okay, if you upload files with permission 777, it will not be processed by user. Well, yeah, okay. That's the proper permissions for an upload folder. This is what I want. You can create a new group with both Apache and FTP and make the permissions of the upload folder 775. Give both the Apache and FTP user the ability to write to the files of the folder, but keep everyone else from modifying them. I think it should be 755, not 775. 9 out of 10, 755 is the ideal permissions, yeah. Okay, well, 755 is what we have. We can upload that, it should work, cool. Which means now if we go to this uploads folder, there's the photo of Nugget. It's been hashed, which is fine. Which is what we want. And okay, and then I actually have, let's see, cd quarantine, move quarantine malware to malware.txt, sudo, thank you, okay. Let's see, what is that malware file looking like? There it is. That looks, yeah, cool. Got the right permissions or the right username. So what I need to do now is check that file out. So I have this file, which has been a pain in the butt to deal with. because what? Oh, it's basically I downloaded this file from a test malware website, but because it is essentially it's a safe file, it's just a text file that has this content, which is, as far as I'm aware, totally safe. But the company that provides this test file information also registers this file as malware, so that malware software creators can use this safe file, and it'll be flagged as from antivirus software as malware. So I had a heck of a time getting this file onto my computer so I could actually use it, because my malware scan would not let it download, and then my company has a firewall, and I had the IT guys email me and say, hey, what the heck are you trying to do with this file? That was not a fun conversation to have. In fact, I'm kind of expecting it to happen again, because I tried doing it again today. But yeah, we have this file now, and it's working, kind of. So what I want to do is effectively, we have like a very rudimentary protection based on the file extension and the file MIME type, but I want to actually do some scanning on this software. So what I'm going to do is have this folder, and I'm going to make sure that this folder where I'm going to send my uploads has limited permissions, so nothing in the folder has executable permissions. That way, if I do end up with malware on my machine, it will not actually have permissions to execute. So to do that, we kind of have to get past this filter. So I'm going to remove this filter. So now anything can be uploaded. I'm going to go to my very rudimentary client-side filter or protection and remove that. And then I should be able to choose this malware file. So let's not do that. Let's do accept images and text. Plain? I don't know. Perfect. Text plain. Awesome. Okay, so my very rudimentary protection is not as protective now. And you know what? I'm actually going to keep this. We'll keep this going, and we're going to say MIME type includes, no, we're going to say JPEG or text file, and we're going to say instead of MIME type includes, let's say console log the MIME type, and I think what I want to do is do something like an array of image comma text dot includes the MIME type. All right, let's try this. We're gonna go choose the file. Let's see if we can upload this guy. Upload it. We got something. Text plain. Okay, that's my MIME type. It's not being written though. So we're getting this far. All right, let me try something else. We are going to undo all this. I'm going to paste this here. I'm basically going to end this with return true. And then what I want to do is say a bunch of statements that will eventually just return false. So if there's not a MIME type, or not MIME type includes image, return false. Something like that. Which this doesn't work either. This is not what I wanted to do. All right, I need to do return if there's let me try this. If I think I know what I need to do. I need to do this. This is going to be really confusing, but that and then or text plain or MIME type triple equals text plain. There you go. That should do it, hopefully. Let's upload that. Let's see. We still don't have it. Is that the problem? What is the problem here? What is the problem here? Still not getting it. All right, let's see what I got here. Log that MIME type includes that. MIME type equals that. And we get, okay, let's, nothing. We get nothing. We get nothing. Is it even getting here? Is it returning early? Yo, I'm not including the text. That's the problem. All right, malware upload. Is that the problem? That was the problem. Cool. Text plain false true. Text plain false but true. Yeah, so if that's true and one of these two is true, then we get it, we got it, we're good. Cool. Now that means that we have the file in here somewhere, which the next thing I need to do is actually, I want to check this file path and basically do a scan against this file path. So I'm gonna do a scan against this file path. All right, what I want to do now is take this thing, right? I have this path, access to it. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go into my actual server command line now, because now I should have clam scan version, hopefully. Yes, and there we go. So I installed clamav. I don't know if I walked through that already. Pretty sure I did, but basically because I'm on Ubuntu, which is most likely the server that you may be running on, I get to do sudo apt install clamav and clamav daemon. And then I have access to clamav. Which means I can do something like clamav against a certain file. No, clam scan against a certain file. And this is going to take about 20 seconds. And that's going to scan that file. Let me also scan this one so we can see. This is the photo of Nugget. This is the file that we just uploaded, the bad one. So that took about 20 seconds, and that said, yes, we scanned one file and we found one infected file. Let me do the same thing just with this photo of Nugget so we can see that this file is not going to return true. And then what I want to do is figure out how to use this in Node to then start scanning my files. And we see, cool, this one returned okay. Great. So now I think what I'm going to do is start running a node process. So what I'm going to do is I've got my server. I'm going to create a utils file. Use multi-part server. I don't know where this came from. I don't know where this came from either. We're not using any of this. Basically writing everything into this one file. Cool. Let's get rid of you and you. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get rid of you too. And I'm gonna get rid of this utils. And what I'm gonna do is inside of server, I'm gonna create a utils.js file. And then I'm going to, what do I want to do? I basically want to run a child process. And the child process is going to run this actual scan. So there is, let's see, npm clam scan. So there is this available. I don't know if I would want to use it though. Sudo install debian base, install that. I'll need to access it. How to install npm install clam scan, get started. Values listed, required init. See, I don't think I need to do all this. So instead of doing this with a npm script, I think I'm just going to do this from scratch because I don't know how much I like that one. But essentially, this is the command I'm going to want to run. I don't want this. I want the actual file path. So what we're going to do is say import from node child process, and what do I want to import? Exec spawn. I want to spawn a child process, and then this is going to export function. I need to scan the file, so I'm just going to say clam scan. Why not? This is going to take a file path, and then we need to say const clam scan equals spawn. This is the command, which is going to be clam scan, and then we need the options, which is, what is this? I think it can be an array. But anyway, we're going to do the file path. This is complaining because this is undefined for type of any. At param needs to be a string file path. Cool. There you go. And then we need to do with this process spawned, we're going to return new promise, resolve, reject. That needs to all be wrapped. And function parameters. Open up the function body, and then we're gonna say something like this: clam scan dot on when it receives, what is it? Data error exit message. No, what I want. On what? Close, disconnect, error, exit. Or just to standard in, standard out. Dot on data. I don't know how I want to do this actually. Let's see. I do want to see how this, see if I can look at the source code here and see how they use it. Let's see, lib get files, node clam error transform get files, get dir do with files, promise all. Okay, that's not going to be it. Is it in the, here we go, index.js. Okay, class node clam. Cool. Is there a child process here running somewhere? Child process exec file. On. Okay, here we go. I think this might be it. If the user wants to connect via socket TCP, clam scan on, clam scan end, on data, clam dscan. Let's see, timeout ready, connect. What is this working on? Clam AV socket, no. Client, what is client? Like client equals this in its socket. Man, this is all on sockets. Okay. And streams. Socket equals way to stuff. All right, maybe a little bit more complex than I'm looking for. I basically want this to scan and resolve a promise when this file has finished scanning. So let's try this. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a set timeout to resolve. I'm going to do this. I'm going to resolve this after 30 seconds, and I'm going to pass it something like done. What I'm going to do in the meantime is listen to on different events. So on close, we're going to do console log closed with the data. And we're going to do the same thing for several events. Error exit, message, and spawn I don't think I need. I also want to do clam scan dot and listen to signal code. No. Signal code property. Okay, I don't think I need that. I think I want to do exit code. What is exit code? It's a number. Process. Okay, no. I want to check the standard error readable stream processes. Okay. And we're going to say something like when this on gets some event, which can either be standard error, is going to be data. Sure. When this gets data, we'll do the same thing. And then I think, and that's probably going to be a buffer. So this probably should be to string. Don't need this. I think I want st standard in on data and do the same thing. All right. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to create this function, this utility function that runs clam scan on a file path, returns a promise, and then hopefully does all this stuff. So let's go here. When we run our function, I need to import what is it? Clam scan from utils.js, which is a function that returns a promise, right? Yes. And we're going to say, cool. Once we have our function, I want to do some malware scanning on it. So before this resolves, or as this resolves, I'm going to have access to these files that look like this. And I think what I really want to do is scan this file . I want to scan this file and remove it, delete it essentially. Okay, so for const file in files, right, I want this to include a list of files. Okay. Oh, I need this to work twice. I need this to work on two separate files. So let me upload this one more time. I think I hit saved. No, that's fine. That wrote. Cool. Wrote to disk. We should have two files in our uploads folder that look bad. There's one and there's two. Cool. For every file that is uploaded, I want to include that in the list of files that are going to be scanned. So we're going to say const file paths equals an array for file and file paths, and then return clam scan file paths, and then once this is all done, then we'll solve this. So we'll start with this. File paths dot push file dot file path, right? Does this not know formidable files? This should know. That should not be a string. Okay, that's a formidable file. There's my file path. Cool. We should have it. Why does this not realize that it's a string? Ah! That is because my files, what is it? Yeah, files should be an object. Formidable files is an object containing each file entry. This should be type of formidable file. Okay. Let's see. Files, file, dot. Now, I think I got this right. I think this is right. Okay, clam scan. One more thing this needs to do is this needs to be either a string or an array of strings. Right, so now this can work, and this needs to say file path should be an array of strings, which should no longer be that. File paths, overload. Let's see. This should be an array of file paths dot join with a space. And then if not array dot is array file paths, then file paths equals file paths. Cool, that's looking good now. We'll see. I've written a lot of code without running anything yet. Push file path, okay. That's an array of strings, that should be scanning it. I don't know, let's see how this goes, right? So we got the malware, we're going to scan it. Sure, let's try it. It's gonna do something. Expected identifier. No. There you go. No such file or directory. Warning: can't access file. Closed to. Okay. I think I need to try simplifying this and just turn this into a node file. What is this? Upload file. Yeah, I don't know what this is, but this will actually work for me. We're going to import clam scan from there, and then we're going to top level await clam scan, and I want to grab these files. Copy path. Const r equals await that, and then we'll just console log r. Cool. Let's get let's see what we can do with this. We're going to come over here, and now we're going to say node.temp./temp.js. To load an ES module, set type module in the package.json file. Okay, we're going to run this as an MJS file, do the same thing. Cannot find module temp.js, of course. MJS, cannot find module server utils. Utils.js. Temp.mjs, that should work. There you go. Named extra clam scan not found. Oh gosh, this stuff is annoying. Okay. I'm going to write this. I'm just going to do this in one file. There we go. Let's do that. Let's go to temp.js. Let's do this. Here we go. Cool. Don't need to export you. This is all MJS. That's fine. Great. Here we go. I wish there was a way for me to test that this was working somehow in here. say console log scanning files. Closed 1-1 done. I don't know what that means. Ah, closed. Okay, so this is going to tell me this also should be exit, this should be message, this should be std data, and this should be stdin data. Let's try running that again. And we get something, something, something. Eventually that finishes with done. Where am I resolving the promise? At done, of course. Because what I ultimately want to do is something that's like clam scan this file. That's what I would like. I would like to get this error message resolved. And this is telling me it exit with 1, it closed with 1, and then it's done. Exit 1 and closed 1. These are numbers. Okay, so I also want to see upload. That's a bad file. That's an okay file. This is a bad file. Copy, pass. Close that. Let's do the temp file. Also want to do this one. So what happens? So what do I do? Because the question here is also like, if someone uploads bad files, do you just blow them all away? Like, what if someone uploads a good file and a bad file? Keep the good one, get rid of the bad one, or just get rid of everything, assuming that the person's a bad actor? Because here now, it's telling me how many files. Okay, let's do this. Let's do clam scan. And I want clam scan here to actually take different commands. I want it to be recursive, and then I want it to also do the remove. So now what's going to happen is this should actually get rid of the files on disk. Why is it saying can't access file? That's weird. No such file or directory. I don't know. Okay, so there we did a scan. Here we see, cool, uploads folder. Got rid of all of the files in there, huh? Except for the one with Nugget. Okay. I think I'm gonna get rid of this on exit one. Message doesn't seem to be telling me anything. Data doesn't tell me anything either. We got exit and closed. So here's what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull this stuff out, we're gonna put it in here, and then on close we're gonna say if D is greater than 0, we know we have bad files. Reject with, I don't know, found burp infected files. Else, no. Return. And then with this, we'll resolve with the file paths. Something like that, maybe. D is possibly null. What happens if I do null greater than 1? Or 0? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I think that's it. That is our scanning tool. Very basic. We don't need this set timeout. That's it. Join does not exist. Type string. If it's not an array, then be string. Please. There you go. And why is it not an array at this point? I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Do I have to do this stupid thing? I don't know. I hate TypeScript. Okay. Cool. So next thing I want to do is I think I have this clam scan thingy working, figured out. So we're going to take this function, put it into utils, replace the existing one, and hopefully try uploading a file with malware and see what happens. Go to my network tab, And I see something is still pending. Still pending. Doesn't look like anything actually happened. Oh, found 2 infected files. Cool. Right. Here's a question now. Should this reject? Should this reject? Or should it resolve with the number of infected files? Well, let me see what these guys do. We say basic usage example, hamstand and clans gonna try. Await hamstand get version, blah blah blah. Await is infected. Good files, bad files. So that's interesting because I would like to be able to see the list of files that are infected. I think for now what I'll do is just not even reject. I'm just going to resolve with the number of infected files. Sure, very simple. And then here we're going to say, where's clam scan? Clam scan. Clam scan is that, and then infected count. If infected count is greater than 0, then we will reject. Tried. Whatever. Infected files. Alright. And the last thing is this utils thing. I do have recursive and I have remove. So I feel like that file should have been dealt with. But let's see here. Upload a bad file. We get a pending transaction. This is going to take a little while. Found 2 infected files. Found 2 infected files. Oh, did I do this in the wrong spot? I think I did. Totally did. I want this to be there. There you go. But it's not actually removing the files. let's see. Console log clam scan. Okay, this is what it's actually being run with. Somewhere in here. And we get the child process that's running on args. That's the problem. So now it's going to complete by saying there's 3 infected files. No, just that there is infected files. Okay, let's see. Almost there. The file path is not showing. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do this. Shouldn't have logged that. File 1. That makes sense. That makes sense. That should be... Yep, because that's the key. So we want... I want files at file dot file path. Dang it. So this should be the key in files. If not, what is it? Has own property, something like that. JS has property. Has own property. Here we go. This is what I want. Has own. That's what I wanted. Has own intended to replace has own property. Perfect. Thank you. If not, object has own. If files and key should not be the case, then we're going to continue. Otherwise, const file equals files at key, and then this should be file.file path. Oh shit, that could be an array of files too. Yeah, because it could be multiple. Okay. That's fine. If array dot is array file, then file paths dot concat file dot map f dot file path. Oof. Else. All right, I think I got that right. Let's see if I got that in a semi-first try. Let me check the console really quick. If I have an array of 1, 2, 3, and I want to concat 4, 5, 6. I think that works. Okay, let's see. We can close this. We can come back here. We can upload our malware. Upload that. And we should see something way down here. I keep logging the wrong thing. But actually that's the right thing. Because this should be telling us that we are trying to call, clam scan recursively and remove this file. And we'll see what that comes up with in a moment. Here we go. Tells us that we did have infected files, sorry. And that means ultimately that our request fails. Cool. That was a long wave going around that. And then we can go... I feel like that should probably reject with a very specific error. Utils, that's working, that's fine. This should reject with like new error, whatever, not allowed to do that. I don't know. Using promises for flow control is weird. Okay, let's try uploading a good file. Let's go upload nuggets. Let's upload that. And looks like that went through just fine. And we get the persisted file on the other end. Cool. Alright, let me see if I can do this a different way. So, return clam scan. There's gotta be a way to get the infected files. I wish there was. I also feel like all of these should be deleted. And let me try uploading a bad file one more time. That's gonna throw some stuff. Our utils probably doesn't need to log this anymore. And this file should... that file should not be getting written there. I mean, it should be getting written there momentarily, but it should not continue to stay there. So upload that. It should at this point be written to disk, but then now we should be scanning it. We're still waiting. We get a 500. We get that we have an infected file. And we got the file removed. Cool. Clam scan, pretty cool. Okay. I think that's it. I think that's pretty much it. We got technical file extensions, MIME types, we limited read-write access, and then we got malware scans on uploaded files. Cool. I think that's it. I think that's as far as I'm going to get today. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna call it at that. That's as far as we are gonna go, and then after this, we'll get back to building the transcription service stuff. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out. We got the malware scanning working. I think ultimately this is going to be just like a very rudimentary demo, because at some point it's a web application firewall that should be doing this work, not necessarily our upload flow. But yeah, I'm gonna save this and push this up. Let's see. Yep. No, not our malware stuff. The temp thing doesn't need that. Temp.js, yeah, we can keep that how it is. Yep, all that, cool. Clam scan utility. All right, let's push that up. All right, folks that are just showing up here, we are just in time for a raid because I'm closing up shop. So I'm gonna head over and hit up Coding Garden, I think. Raid Coding Garden. We'll see how this goes. Thanks for hanging out, though, and yeah, I'll be on next week, and next week we'll be doing more AI stuff, which should be fun. All right, catch you next time.